150 Years of Living History at WPS by Claire Lambert. Did you know a school has existed in the Warrandyte area since 1856? The first lessons were taught out of a tent in the Andersons Creek diggings, and what is Warrandyte Primary School has existed in a number of structures. The old stone building on the corner of Forbes and Brackenbury Streets was constructed in 1875, and the school was relocated to this site shortly after. The school's name was changed to Warrandyte State School in 1908. With buildings established in the 19th century and still operating in the 21st century, when it comes to learning about history, focusing on local places of significance, it is obvious Warrandyte Primary School, WPS, will be focusing on the long and varied history of this wonderful school. Children are taught that one way of finding out about the past is by talking to people, eyewitnesses, finding out what they remember, and matching their memories to photographs, documents, and recollections of others. As part of the preparations for the 150-year commemoration of the old stone building, Grades 1-2 students invited past students to come in to share their stories and answer the students' questions. WPS alumni from the 1960s to the early 2000s were interviewed. Questions were on topics such as the games they played, changes to buildings, and the mischief they got up to when they were students. Interviewees also brought memorabilia, such as props from school productions and photographs. Maxine Chapman brought workbooks belonging to her father, who had attended Warrandyte Primary School in the 1930s. It was fascinating to read young Les Adams' account of the devastating floods of 1934, which affected so many people in Warrandyte and many other parts of Victoria. Another guest students were excited to meet was Ian Hook, a local crossing supervisor and long-time resident. Having seen a photograph of Ian playing in the yard with his sisters in 1957, they couldn't wait to meet the man himself. They were also very happy to see Kevin O'Mara, who taught at WPS during 5 different decades, and of course created and led the famous WPS Bush Band. Some of the interviewees are not just past students, but also parents of current students. WPS is also very lucky to have a former student and local historian, Kevin Jones, working at the school. Kevin is enthusiastic and knowledgeable, and he gave up his time to bring photos and stories to each class in the school. He walked the children around the grounds, pointing out and describing the different buildings that used to be there, giving everyone an idea of how things had changed and what had stayed the same. There will be a commemoration event on October 29 from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. to celebrate 150 years of the iconic stone building. This will include the opening of a time capsule placed in the wall of the building in August 1975. Additional historical information about the history and locations of the Warrandyte School was sourced from vic.gov.au/Warrandyte-primary-school and local historical societies. This article was read by Rebecca Rose.